morning everyone, and welcome back to a new vlog. I hope you're doing really well. Yeah, I feel like it feels like it's been so long since we've caught up, but there was something that I really wanted to talk about because I saw this post on Instagram, and this is not like the first time I've heard this concept, where basically I'm gonna paraphrase it, but basically what they were saying in the post is they're like, oh, like when you're a baby, you're not embarrassed to try things for the first time, and like as you grow up, you just forgot that you already learned that lesson essentially. And like if you're an adult and you're like afraid or embarrassed to try something for the first time or be bad at something or do something new and you're scared people are gonna judge you, it's like implying that you've already learned how to not do that. And I'm like, as someone with a psychology degree, let me tell you why you're wrong. Not to be that person, but I just think it's like the implication of that post is that like you have already learned the lesson of like how to try things for the new, like first time and like not be embarrassed about it. And it's like, well, actually, no, you haven't, because as a baby, you are developmentally incapable of embarrassment. For the first like 18 months of your life, you don't even realize that you are your own separate entity. And obviously those first 18 to 24 months are incredibly like pivotal time in human development in terms of like, one, you realizing that you exist outside of your mother, that you're a separate entity, that like you have a sense of self, that people don't disappear forever if they leave the room, which is all very normal. Like that's how your brain develops. That's the stage of development you're going through. So when we're like, oh, babies aren't embarrassed about doing things for the first time, it's like they haven't learned how to not be embarrassed. They are fundamentally incapable of being embarrassed. So it's like, no, you didn't learn that lesson and somehow forgot it along the way as an adult. If you're learning the lesson as an adult, like how to not judge yourself for being bad at something, or like how to not be embarrassed for doing something the first time or maybe getting it wrong, you're learning that lesson for the first time. Like you're actively learning the lesson, and that's why it's hard. And when I say learning the lesson, I don't think that sense of vulnerability that comes from doing something for the first time or being bad at something, that never goes away. Because if you constantly keep doing new things, which ideally you should be doing, because like otherwise how are you gonna grow? If you just keep doing the same old, you're gonna have a pretty boring life. So it's like, I think this thing is, it's like we think that we're gonna get to a place where we're so confident that it's not gonna bother us what other people think, and that's like never gonna happen, because like as humans and social creatures, you are like hardwired to care what other people think about you. Like it's a survival need. And so it's not that you're ever gonna come to a place where you totally just don't care what other people think, or that you're not embarrassed about being bad. It's more that you can handle the discomfort that comes along with that, and you get better at dealing with it. And then the more you deal with it and you see that you don't actually die from being uncomfortable or vulnerable or embarrassed or bad at things, you build that resilience within yourself. And then you know that like, okay, well, I've done this before, I can do this again. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you feel about doing it. That's the thing, is like nobody is ever confident the first time they do something. And it's impossible to be confident at something the first time you do it, because it's the first time you did it. So I just think it's like, yeah, if there's one thing you take away from my little rant this morning, it's that like, no, you did not forget how to do things for the first time without embarrassment. You never learned how to do that. Never. Like that is something you actively have to practice and work on. And if it's not easy, like that's okay. It just means that you keep trying new things that are outside of your comfort zone, and that's actually really good for you. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll feel about just trying things for the first time, and you won't make other people's interpretation of what you're doing mean more than like what you think about what you're doing. And that has to be the most important thing, right? Like if there's something that you really want to do that's really important to you and it feels really scary or it feels really vulnerable, like you doing it, like that is the bravest thing. And I think it's like we need to stop thinking that we're gonna like operate from a place of just like never feeling scared to do something. I think we just have to expect that we are going to feel scared or nervous or whatever about doing something, and then just do it anyways. And nobody likes that answer because everyone just wants to like be like, no, I just want to feel confident all the time and never be scared. It's like, okay, well, are you a psychopath? Like, no, of course you're gonna care what other people think, like, of course. And so expecting yourself not to feel that way about something and then feeling that way and thinking that that means you're doing something wrong, I think is like the biggest disservice you can do to yourself. It's like, okay, just be like, yeah, I'm trying it for the first time. It's probably not going to be great. That's okay. The next time I do it, it'll be better. That's the only way we learn things. So yeah, I just felt like I needed to really share that because I hate like pop psychology, like pseudoscience posts that are like that, where I'm like, actually, that is incorrect based on quite a few things, like everything we know about the stages of development, for one. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for you, or like maybe just gets you to think about it in a different way, because it's like, I don't know, I'll just use myself for example. Like, I'm constantly trying new and different things, and it's not that I don't ever feel afraid to do them. Like, a lot of the time I'm like, oh my god, like, is this really bad? Are people gonna hate it? Are people gonna be mad at me for doing this? Are people not gonna like it? And the place that I've gotten to with it is like, yeah, maybe. And your mind hates that, because your mind ultimately, like, what it doesn't like is uncertainty. The mind hates uncertainty. It wants to know exactly what's going to happen, because if it's predictable, it's safe. And if you are like observing your thought patterns, and the thoughts that are coming up are like, let's just use YouTube as an example. This is a great one. It's like, what if like me filming videos for YouTube and putting them on the internet, what if like the thoughts going through my head are like, what if someone doesn't like it? What if someone doesn't like me? What if someone doesn't like what I'm saying? What if there's so many other people out there who are way better at this, who have been doing it for way longer, and like yada, yada, yada. And in response to that, like, instead of trying to argue with myself, because that is a huge waste of energy, and your mind will want to do that. Like, if you start trying to fight back with like choosing different thoughts, not to say that you shouldn't try and choose thoughts with intention, but as soon as you start trying to like argue with yourself and be like, no, everyone will like you because of blah, 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 then your mind just wants to fight with itself, and that takes a lot of energy. But if instead you're just like, everyone's gonna hate me, maybe. That's possible, that might happen. Oh no, like, maybe everyone who's liked you in your life up until this point has actually been faking it and didn't actually really like you, and then you just have all these pretend friends. Maybe. And like, it sounds really ridiculous when you say it out loud, but I think that's also what takes the sting out of it, because you're like, okay, well, maybe that's true. Maybe that will happen. Maybe it won't. I don't know. And as soon as you can get to that place of being like, well, it might happen, it might not happen, we don't know, but I might as well just do it either way and find out, it really makes it a whole lot easier to just like make the moves that you want to move with, instead of trying to be like, I'm gonna say that I was a baby once who was never embarrassed, and so I think that me as an adult should be able to be in the same state of mind as I was when I was like 5 months old. Like, I'm sorry, my friend, you cannot go back there. You have a frontal lobe now if you're like over 20 something, and that is a very interesting and unique piece of machinery, I guess, technology that humans have that other species, it's a little different for them. But learning to work with it instead of against it is gonna be, yeah, one of the things that makes life a whole lot easier. So yeah, I am going to go continue with my day. I'm gonna go meet some friends for a coffee. I might film if I remember to. Sometimes it's hard when I'm going to like catch up with friends, because it's like, well, they didn't ask to be on the internet, and also like when you're chatting, it just feels, you just get distracted, right? But we'll see what we can do. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with that. Back home again, and I thought I would show you what I got. So you have seen this little bowl, that this one has stuff in it, but it looks like a little like petal, and it's just so cute. So I was at H&M Home, and I was like, you know what, these are actually so handy, because like my lavender is drying in here right now, but it's so handy for like rings, or like putting it by the sink, so if you want to put your rings in there, like they're together and they're not just gonna go everywhere, or just like keeping your jewelry in, or you could use it for dips. so many different things you could use this for, and I just thought they were so cute, so added another one to the collection. And they also have matching little tiny plates. They did have bigger plates too, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of tempted, but I was like, how many plates does one person need? The answer is lots apparently, but I just thought this was so cute. Like, you could use this for your snacks, cookies, serving stuff. I did think, I was like, oh, I could put like a candle on here, like lots of different things. Having a cute little plate is always handy. Yeah, they're just nice for like styling or actually eating off of. What do you know? Maybe I'll just, the only thing is like trying to find somewhere to store them all, because yeah, the cupboards are very full. Sometimes I open them up and I'm like, there could be a better way, I'm pretty sure, of organizing this. And I did think maybe I will pull the things out and do a bit of organizing, but I don't want to get overly ambitious this weekend. I do really want to chill. And then I also went to TK Maxx and just grabbed like a little like ceramic like cooking pan, because I do most of my cooking in like the cast iron like Dutch. And it's good cooking in there because, I mean, one, it's non-toxic, and that's pretty much the main reason I use it, but it's kind of annoying to wash and do all that kind of stuff with. And I think like a ceramic pan is just a little bit easier to deal with at times. So I have like a littler one that I use, and I'm always trying to squish everything into there. Obviously it does not always fit. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go and like grab one of these because I think this is like a good size. It's gonna hold a lot of stuff in there. So I've been looking at it for a while. I found it in TK Maxx, and it's kind of annoying because, I mean, this is such like a superficial problem, but they used to have like ones where it's like this thing was green, and I just would have really liked that because I love green. But I mean, gray is okay too, and like the inside is kind of this cream color, which I do like as well. Not that it like makes any difference to cooking it, but it looks nicer. And then I also grabbed this little set of wooden and green spatulas because, like I was telling you guys, you're not supposed to use metal on your you're not supposed to use metal on your sourdough starter, and I didn't have anything else to mix with. I guess I could have used my other spatula, but that spatula is like even bigger than this spatula, and it's definitely bigger than this spatula, and it was just a little bit unwieldy at times. So I think we've got two different sizes of spatula that are gonna be better for working with the sourdough, because I do think one of the reasons this one rose so much, this one, you can't see it, the one that I showed you just before, I didn't use any metal on it, and I definitely think it made a difference. And I think now that the starter has been fed a few times, I've baked with it, I'm gonna feed it a few more times before I bake with it maybe next week. I'm gonna put these down. So yeah, I think the not using metal, even though it's like such a small amount of time it has contact with it, seems to make a difference. Who would have thunk it? So sometimes you just have to try these things and see. And then I also got like these sugar-free lollies. I got 2 packs of them because there was a couple different flavors, and well, I ate half the pack on the way home. And I kind of wish that I had gotten more of them because they were really, really good. And I feel like the thing about TK Maxx is like, if you don't buy it when you see it, it's probably not going to be there the next time you go. So yeah, that was what I ended up getting. I went into Sephora and had a look around, and there was like this lip gloss balm slash thing that I'd seen online for ages, and I've always really wanted to try it, but it wasn't easy to get in Australia, and now it's stocked there. And I was like, I have a ridiculous amount of like sort of brownie nude lip gloss slash balm kind of products, and I was just like, do you really need another one? Like, this is getting a little bit out of hand, because I just liked how it was like a really nice like rich like brownie color, and I was like, I feel like in the last little while I seem to have acquired a lot of like brownish lip glosses, and I think I'm good. I have more lip gloss than I think anyone could shake a stick at, and I was like, you know what? I think you can stop and wait till like maybe some of the other ones run out. So I didn't end up picking it up. And then I went and I also smelled a few of the perfumes. There's a perfume where I'm trying to figure out, so the brand is The Maker, but I think The Maker is also a hotel in England or Scotland possibly. And I was like, is this the same product that's affiliated with the hotel? Or is it just a coincidence? I don't actually know. But I was really intrigued because their bottles are really, really beautiful. And they're sort of like this fluted glass. And it just looked like a brand that was up my street. So I went and wanted to go and smell them. And there was 2 scents that I really liked. One was called Wild and the other is called Revel. And like I sampled them on my hands and I sort of walked around and smelled them, but I don't know, I just wasn't wowed. Like I think at this point now, like I have smelled so many fragrances that like I know when I love something, like I will know straight away. It's not like, oh, I need to wear it on my hand for a little while and smell it and see how it wears and maybe I'll know then. Oh no. The ones that I absolutely love and that I like reach for most days of the week, I knew from the first moment I smelled them that I was like, oh yeah, this is the one. And so now I'm just kind of like, unless a perfume really gives me that feeling or makes me feel that way, I don't know. Like obviously fragrance is so unique and so individual and we all have our different like conceptualizations of like what certain smells remind us of. But I just think there is a lot of really, really average perfume out there on the market. Like a lot of stuff that I'm just like, like it doesn't smell bad, but it's also not something I'm probably gonna remember in. And then there's like somewhere I smell it and I'm just like, oh my God, if I don't have this and can't smell this whenever I want to, I will die. Maybe that's a little bit dramatic, but there's just certain fragrances and like those fragrances have just become like the ones that I wear almost every day. Like Casa Morati Lira by Xerjoff. Probably I would go out on a limb and say that is my like all-time #1 favorite fragrance. I like wear it so often. It smells like this really yummy, like caramelly, vanilla-y, like it's just so good. If you can go and smell it, like just go and smell it. It's an absolute favorite. And then after that, Bake by Acro is like a lemon cupcake, but like an elevated lemon cupcake. Just so yummy, so delicious, so easy to wear. Like Mango Skin by Wilhelm, the perfect summer like sweet fragrance if you want to smell like a snack, but like not like a Victoria's Secret fragrance kind of snack, like a nice yummy like mango smoothie kind of almost vibes. And then also if you want to go and see my list, I have it linked in my shop, in my perfume edit. So if you're ever curious like what perfumes I really like, they're all linked in there. And then I also like, gosh, I can never, Bianca Latte by Giardini di Toscana, I think is one of the other ones where I'm just like, yes, absolute favorite. Just smells like, I really like gourmand scents. Like I love like a vanilla-y, caramel-y, like almond kind of fragrance, but not like a sickly sweet one, like one that just smells, yeah, like cozy and yummy and warm and delicious. Those are like my favorite fragrances. And also Delina by Parfums de Marly. And I think, is it called Delina Extra or Delina? Something along those lines. Like it's like Delina Plus. It's not called Delina Plus, but it's Delina Extra maybe? I can't remember. But that is also like another all-time favorite. Like lychee, rose, just jammy, yummy deliciousness. And then like those fragrances, every time the first time I smelled them, I just could not get them out of my head. I was just like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever smelled. All of them for very different reasons. And so now I'm just like, when I go and smell something in a store, I'm like, unless it gives me that feeling, I just can't be bothered. I don't know. I guess it was like a few years ago that I think I started my perfume journey, and I was like, I just want to learn everything about like what do I really like in terms of fragrance, like what speaks to me, what notes do I like brands, fragrance houses, whatever. And I really took that journey and ran it into the ground, like ordered so many samples, like really got to grips with like what do I actually like. And now I think it was good because it gave me like that, I know what I like now, but also it made me very, very picky and a perfume snob. And now I'm just like, something has to be like really special if I want it, or I'm gonna add it, because otherwise it's just not gonna get worn, because like when it's going against like the other like heavyweight champions, it's just not gonna get used. So yeah, that was a very long story to tell you. I didn't buy any perfume, even though I was intrigued by the bottle. But the bottle's like, I mean, it's important, but like, it's not the most important thing. It's like the smell, obviously, and the longevity too. There's nothing worse than a fragrance that does not last. I know for everyone that's not the biggest concern, but for me, I'm like, if it disappears in 2 hours, like what's the point, you know? You're just gonna like burn through it so quick. So anyways, I'm going to put my new pan to the test and probably do like a kind of like chicken stir fry for lunch. And now that I've been on my outing for the day, I'm like, now I feel like I can just lie on the couch and do nothing. Do you ever feel like that? I don't know, maybe it's like, I feel like the weekends I have now, they're so special because the week is just so jam-packed that it's like when I get there, I'm like, I also want to lie on the couch, but I also want to feel like I've done something and then I can lie on the couch. I don't know, it made sense in my head because I was like, if I just lied on the couch the whole day, I would feel like I was like missing out on like going out and going into the world and doing something, because I just like working and studying from home, I'm like, I'm here literally like 24/7, it feels like. So sometimes it's nice just to like get out into the world and remember that like a whole world exists outside of like me sitting at my desk. I don't know, but now I feel like that I've done that. I can just go and read my book for the rest of the day, which I think just sounds absolutely perfect, and eat my cookies. Morning everybody, and welcome back to a new vlog. I apologize for, I feel like I'm constantly apologizing that the vlogs this month weren't very consistent, but the month of being insanely busy is almost coming to an end. And if you are like, why is half of your makeup done but not the other half, allow me to explain as I do my skincare. So I found these new, is this the right one? Yeah, these new lip stains from Odesse. This is the shade B-Day Suit. And they are some of my favorite lip stains, I think, that I've ever found. Like, look at the shade of it is just so good, because they're actually like more of a brown than like, I think in one of the other vlogs I was talking about how like I've tried a lot of lip stain, like lip liner kind of products before, and a lot of the time they're just like way too bright, or they fade in a weird way, and they're just like not a very flattering color for me. But I saw these ones and I was like, you know what, those actually look like they might be like kind of brownish enough, because like usually in my lip products, like I don't want something, uh-oh, it's going in my mouth. I don't want something like bright pink or red or anything. I want like more of that like browny, pinky, nude kind of color. Like you guys have seen like the kind of lip colors I normally like. And yeah, this, I mean, this is a combination of a few different lip products, because I've been doing the stain like all over my lips, and I do that like first thing when I get up, and then I do like face massage and then breath work while it's staining, I guess, marinating, and then I like take it off. But obviously I haven't done the rest of my makeup, so it's like the lips are done but the rest of my face is still a work in progress. And then I've just been using the Maybelline lifter liner. These are like, it's not gonna focus. There we go. The Maybelline lifter liner in the shade Player is just my absolute favorite at the moment. Like the formula is so creamy, it's so long lasting, the shade is perfect. It's actually quite similar to the shade of the lip stain, but it's just a little bit like if you've ever used a lip stain, you know sometimes it can be really hard to get like a crisp clear line around the edge of your lips, and if you don't care about that, that's not a problem, but I kind of just like it, so I just use that to sort of, I don't even like fully line my lips, I just kind of like touch up a little bit, like, can you see it? Not really. Like underneath my lip and like at the cupid's bow. And then Oh my god, okay, so the holiday sets from like all the beauty brands are starting to come out now, which is so exciting because I love me a holiday set. And I just picked up this one the other day, and it is from Summer Fridays, and you get all of these together. I mean, this is my last jet lag mask, and I've repurchased this multiple times. This product is just amazing. So good, like as a moisturizer, as a hand cream, as a lip balm, as an eye cream, as a face mask, as an overnight mask. Like, it's just the best. You just wake up with like glowing, refreshed skin, and it's super moisturizing, super hydrating. If you ever have any like dry skin, like even on your hands and stuff, you can use it on that. So like, as soon as I see this in a holiday set, it's just an instant add to cart for me because I know like I'm gonna use this anyways. And usually the Summer Friday sets are really good value. And it also comes with the lip butter balm in hot cocoa, which that's what I've got on over. It's just like this beautiful warm brown, and it literally smells like chocolate. So yeah, this one is gonna get lots of use. And then the other one, this is the lip butter balm in the shade Marshmallow, which is like a really beautiful, sort of like a golden shimmer. Super nice if you've just got like a lipstick and you want like a little bit of moisture over top of it, or you just want to do maybe a lip stain, and like a light coat of this would be really nice and like natural looking. But yeah, this set is, it's worth it, guys. I'll see if I can link it below. And also in Australia on it, you'll end up saving like $44, which is pretty great. It's basically like buy 2 things and get 1 free. What are we doing next? Oh yeah, sunscreen. I'm getting a bit distracted. Haven't vlogged in so long, she forgot how to do it. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing in terms of lip products. And as we go into the warmer months, it's kind of nice just knowing that your like lipstick, lip liner, whatever, is not going to go anywhere. It just makes your life so much easier. And yeah, I feel like lip stain technology has finally caught up with like where we want it to be. Just trying to dry my skincare. I need like a fan or something. So yeah, those are the new lip products that I've been loving lately. I mean, the lip butter balms are like kind of a cult favorite for a reason. And also I just feel like they never run out. Like I use mine all the time, and it's just, I still never hit the bottom of it. And I'm like, is this some kind of enchanted lip product that like you never run out no matter how much you seem to use it? If so, like I'm on board. And I've still been using my mouth tape every night. I told you guys about this, I think, in another last vlog. I feel like it's just made a really big difference in my sleep. Like because before I'd noticed sometimes I was waking up at night and my mouth would just be like wide open. And also that you end up with like a really dry throat because I have like my ceiling fan on. And so that doesn't feel great, but also like breathing through your nose is much better for you. And so you kind of want to discourage mouth breathing unless you're doing like breath work or something. But yeah, so taping my mouth has been really helping me sleep. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, just all the stuff we do these days to like get a good sleep, like tape your mouth, wear an eye mask, wear eye plugs. It's like you're putting yourself in like a sensory deprivation tank just to go to sleep. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, I'm gonna finish doing the rest of my makeup. I have made the executive decision to change my hair color a little bit. I really like this color, but I've had it for such a long time and I just am ready to do something a little bit different. And I think we're just gonna go like a little bit more like chocolatey, like chestnutty brown, like still kind of a little bit red, because trying to get the red out of my hair is gonna be, I feel like it would be pretty hard at this point. So we're just gonna work with what we've got and just kind of go more like a brownie color. And yeah, I feel like that'll be fun because maybe like having this color hair, sometimes I think not that it like limits you in the colors that you can wear, but sometimes it's like you already have one like kind of bright colored thing on your head. You don't want to, like, you have to be particular about like the lip colors that you choose and stuff, because you have to make sure that it goes together. And I think having more brown hair color will be make that a little bit easier. I have been loving like using this foundation. I've used this one before, but then I stopped using it over winter. I was using some other stuff, and now I've gone back to it, and I've just remembered how much I liked it. I actually bought this like little travel bottle for when I go away, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to buy another one because I pretty much have used it up. But it's okay, because I actually, in the Sephora sale, it was on sale, so I ended up buying the full-size one. But I can just refill that, I think, hopefully, and not make a giant mess everywhere. But yeah, I feel like it's just such a good lightweight like foundation, especially when it starts to get warm out, because it is quite like, I wouldn't say waterproof, because I haven't obviously tried putting water on it, but I would say it's pretty, like, as long as you're kind of careful, it's pretty transfer proof. It stays on well. It's super, super lightweight. Like, it does not feel like you have any makeup on your face. And it just gives you like a nice medium coverage, but it is quite buildable. So, yeah, I think it's just one of those ones that is just easy to have in your kit. Because over winter, I was using the Merit foundation stick, which I absolutely love, like, don't get me wrong, but because when a foundation is in a stick form, that means there has to be more waxes in it to get it to hold in that stick form. And I think me having like oily skin and it being humid out, or even just a little bit warm, your foundation just slides off your face. Like, if it's not a foundation that is yeah, if it's not one that's like designed to be a super long lasting one. And like, I love like Merit as a brand and stuff, but I'm just like, your foundation is not designed to be long wear. Which you can tell, because it's like, yeah, like the way that it's like, all the products are quite waxy because they're kind of like balmy and creamy, and that's great. Like, I really like it. Or if you have dry skin, it's probably amazing. But if you have oily skin, or you live somewhere really hot, like that, it's not gonna stay in your face. So I think it's interesting. Actually, I was watching the Lipstick Lesbians on, what's it called? Instagram. And they were talking about how it's like with foundation or with makeup products and stuff, it's like when you're evaluating, it's like sometimes there's no wrong answer, because it'll be like, people are like, I'm looking for the best XYZ. And it's like, well, the best XYZ is going to be either like, it might not be right for you because maybe you have different priorities. Maybe you have a different kind of skin. Maybe long wear is really important to you. Maybe it's not. Maybe you don't care about that. So it's kind of like when you're evaluating things, you have to know like, what are your makeup priorities? And like for me, when it comes to makeup, my priority is like, it needs to stay on as long as possible, but I need to like not feel like I have like a face like caked with really heavy makeup. Like, I want it to not feel like it's on there, but I also want it to stay on like the entire day. Like, I'm not the kind of person that, like, aside from like lip products, obviously I'll touch that up throughout the day after you eat, because I mean, like, you're not expecting a lip gloss to stay on after you eat like a burger or something. That's just unrealistic. Although Danessa Myricks makes some really crazy like long wear kind of products. Like, I have this color fix from her. Like, they sell them like this, and there's like multiple different things you can use them for. And this is like a waterproof cream pigment. I use this as an eyeshadow, and it's like, it's a shimmer, but it's not like a gloss, but they do have a gloss version. And I was like, what would happen if you used that as like, because you can use it on your eyes, you can use it however. Like, it's very like a makeup artistry brand. Like, it's for someone who likes to play with makeup and like knows what they're doing, I guess. But it's also like easy to use. Anyways, so with the gloss thing that they had, I was like, well, they did it so you could do like a glossy eye, but I was like, what if you just put it on your lips? Would it just stay on there forever? I don't know. But this is also amazing if you need like a really long wear eyeshadow look and you're like a one and done kind of person when it comes to eyeshadow. This is gonna stay on there forever. You literally need the teeniest tiny dab and you do it on the back of your hand and you put your brush in and then do your eyeball, your eye, not your eyeball. And it just stays on. It's insane. Like even trying to get it off the back of your hand after you've done that is, you have to do some scrubbing, but that's the trade-off. Like if you want something that is truly really long wear and like waterproof and all of that stuff, like yeah, it's probably gonna be a little bit harder to get it off because that's what you want. And so yeah, I think it's always just knowing like what is your goal with your makeup, because that's really gonna tell you like who are people to look for inspiration and like recommendations. Because I remember a little while ago I saw this thing where people were like losing it over the Rhode lip liners, because half the people are like, this is a POS, it does not stay on, it disappears after 2 seconds. And then other people are like, this is the best lip liner I've ever used in my entire life. And so it's like, if you're thinking about buying it, because they're not inexpensive, like it's not a cheap product. And so you want to make sure you're getting it right. And I think it's kind of like, well, like I saw someone say, like they're like, well, they're not designed to be super long wear. Like if you want a super long wear one, like go with like Refi or something like that. But it's like it's a very different product. So it's like knowing like what are your makeup priorities, I think is important when it comes to taking recommendations from other people. And so I'm like, well, if you are watching my channel and you want to know what mine are, I'm always looking for what's gonna last. And honestly, I think that's kind of my biggest. What's gonna last? Also, like, I don't know. I guess I have some products that I'm like, well, they're cult favorites for like a reason, like the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand like I'm using right now. But I also think like, I guess we could talk about the reasons why I like it. I mean, I've tried a lot of contour products and the reason why I like it is like, one, value for what you get. Like, yes, it's not the most inexpensive contour on the market, but that tube is gonna last you for a very, 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 very long time. Two, I think the shade range is great. It works for me. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. That's gonna be dependent on your skin tone. And also I just find it's an easy formula to work with. Like you get a good amount of time before it dries down to like play with it. And then like when it comes to like the Denesamerics like Flush Balm, which has been my favorite blush actually that I have discovered in recent years. Reasons I like it: because it's super pigmented, because it's blurring, because it has Denesamerics like base products, a lot of them have like this something called Upsolite in them, and it absorbs oil from your skin. So if you've got oily skin like I do, this is gonna keep your like face looking fresh essentially. And like the color is amazing and it's super, super buildable too. Like if you wanted to have like a more intense cheek, you could definitely do it. So it's kind of like you're getting a product that does a lot. And also I think you could probably use it on your eyes if you were so inclined. So it's just kind of, yeah, like knowing like what is important for you in your makeup, like what are you trying to get out of it, and that's going to really help you figure out like, is a product going to be for you or is it not? Because a lot of the time I think, especially right now in makeup, the trend is really like glowy clean girl vibes where it's like minimal makeup, blah blah blah, whatever, and I'm like, that is not what I'm looking for. Like not at all. It's dependent, but I'm not a big fan of like most cream products because I just know it's gonna like not stay. There's a hair. I know it's not gonna stay on my face. So it's like there's no point in spending all that money on something that is not gonna give you the performance that you want. So it's just stuff like that. I think knowing your makeup priorities, I guess, that help you make good decisions when it comes to what you buy. Because I mean, yeah, you can go and try stuff in the store like a little bit and play with the stuff they have on display, but I'll be honest, really do that. I just go off of reviews or like things where I think I like the vibe, or it's a brand I know. But yeah, I guess just doing a bit of highlighter and then we are pretty much ready to go. This morning we are doing a little, I have become, as you have seen, an ambassador for Hustle, which is the Pilates studio I go to both in person and online. And if you want to give it a try, you can use the code. I'll put it on the screen. Oops, I did this in the wrong order. Hustle Kim, H-U-S-T-L, and then Kim, to get your first month for $20, which is like so insane value. Like they have workouts, they have stretch classes, they have recipes, they have an amazing community online. But yeah, all the girlies are getting together, all the ambassadors, with Alex, who is the girl who owns it, and we're doing a workout together. So, oh, I have to show you this other thing. I know I'm late to the party on this, but these are the Armani like liquid eyeshadows, and this is the shade 25M. If you want like the easiest eyeshadow ever, this is the one for you. Let me just make sure. Okay, got my brush. Basically, you just kind of like, you don't even have to be that precise with how you put it on to get it on your eyelid. And then you're just gonna blend it out like that. And then boom, eyeshadow done, 2 seconds. And it dries to like a powder, and you've got a little bit of time to manipulate it. And then it just dries down. It just dries down, and it's pretty buildable. Like so. And you can also layer it with other products. So if you wanted to do more than just this, which sometimes I just want to leave it like this, sometimes I want to do more. This is just like, it makes life so easy. And I love a product like that. And the shades they've got are really good. That's Sandalwood, I believe it's called. But because I can't leave well enough and alone, I like to just take a little bit of one of the Charlotte Tilbury ones. And it's a bit hard to see sometimes with the light. And then I just want to add a little bit of this underneath the lash line just to make it pop a little bit. And it's like the easiest eye look ever. Like what, that took like 5 seconds. And then can't talk and do liquid liner at the same time. And I'm just gonna blend this guy a little bit more. That's more like it. And there we go. I've got to do my eyebrows still. And so let's do that. But yeah, I'd seen people trying that Giorgio Armani eyeshadow like a fair few times, and I was like, that just really looks like a product that is up my street. And I was right. So I feel like they have some really cute shimmer shades too, which I was like, might try those next. But also, yeah, I just feel like I love a product where you just kind of, it's a like one and done sort of thing. Like you don't need to, sometimes you feel like doing a more intricate eye look, sometimes you do not. And it's just really good for those days where you're like, I just want to get it done and get out of the house. I feel like this video has been a little bit chaotic so far. Sorry. So yeah, that is the look done. Now we're just going to set everything, as always, with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And now the lips make more sense because they're in context with everything else being done. And that is the look of the day done. Okay, just getting ready to join the call for the Hustle Ambassadors community meetup, I guess you could call it. I think it's gonna be good. We're gonna do like a quick 20-minute workout and no props, so it should be hopefully not too hard. You never know though. I think sometimes you do a Pilates workout and they say no props and you're like, oh, it won't be that hard, and the next thing you know, you are struggling. So nobody knows. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good. It's like the first morning in a really long time that I've actually had sort of like a slower morning and haven't had to like just rush into doing things. So it actually feels really nice because yeah, I hate the feeling of like having to like rush around in the morning. I just think when you have like a little bit of extra time to just sort of like take it easy, it just sets up your day so much nicer. But also I've noticed that like this month has just been so flat out, and now that I'm like, oh, I have a little bit more space, I can actually catch my breath. It feels weird. It feels weird. Like when you're so used to like having to, I guess, be really intentional and structured with your time, and then all of a sudden you have like a little bit more free time, and then you go back to not having to do everything scheduled down to the minute. I'm like, I feel weird. Like I think because it's been so flat out this morning, like if you're gonna work like that, I think you also have to be able to schedule like a little bit of space to like recharge. Like it's like rest is not like a luxury, it's like a necessity, because if you keep going at that pace, you will burn out. So yeah, I was like, okay, take the weekend, take like half of Friday and just recoup. I'm gonna do a little bit of work today, and then I'm gonna go see my kinesiologist, and then we're at the weekend. So I think it'll be good to just kind of like catch up over the weekend and then start fresh on Monday with like a much more manageable calendar. But the call is gonna be starting soon, so I'm gonna hop on there.
Drawing your shoulders away from your ears, throwing that spine out, and then just circling side to side. Beautiful. And then coming all the way back over opposite side. Just releasing any energy in that spine.
Workout is done. Even though it was just a short one, Alex really put us through our paces, and it was just like the perfect amount of time. Like it was just quick 20-minute express, and then I went for a little walk on my walking pad, and yeah, it was just like a good start to the morning, a little bit of morning movement. I just wanted to show you this new dress. The Karen Millen sale is absolutely insane, I have to say. If you have not shopped it, what are you doing? Like, the quality on like Karen Millen dresses is just on another level, and like the sale sometimes is just absolutely insane value. So I saw this dress and I thought it would be the perfect addition to the collection, because first of all, we have this amazing, like, it's not like a total square straight across neckline, it has a little bit of a curve here, but it's a linen blend, I believe, and square neckline midi dress is like my middle name at this point in time, and the detailing on it is just amazing because you have like these little pleats, and so there's actually so much fabric in the skirt, and there is pockets as well. And I think that I don't remember if I got the petite version of this or like the normal size of it, but the length is really good. Like it's actually a midi length. Which is nice because sometimes a midi length for me is still like a maxi dress. And we have pockets, which of course makes me very happy. It has a really cute like low back detail. and it has like a back zip to get into it. And I think this belt detail is also really nice. It just kind of cinches you in at the waist, and obviously if you have been eating a lot for lunch, you can undo it a little bit, make it a little bit looser, or you could swap it out with something else as well. But I just thought this was one of like those really easy like throw on and go dresses. It's super light, it's lined as well, so the detail on it is just amazing. And I think this navy color is just so flattering and versatile and easy to wear. Like, you could definitely style it with like a blazer over top, or you could throw like a cardigan over the shoulders. It is spring right now, so it's too hot to do any of those things here, but you could. Maybe at the end of summer, like going into autumn, you definitely could use this dress to like get through many a season, because I think you can kind of dress it up and dress it down with depending like the accessories. Like obviously in the more kind of like summer months, you could pair it with like a basket bag, or just, you know that I love like a canvas and tan bag, especially for like the warmer months. So I think that would look really cute. I can even show it to you. This is just the bag I've been carrying every day, because I honestly just think like the 25 is like the perfect size, because you can throw all your bits in. It's not too big. You can just put it over your arm. You've got easy access to your things, but it just looks really nice, and it's not too big. It's not too small. Like, you can fit a surprising amount of stuff in here. But I also really like a tiny handbag, and I think one of my like skills is fitting a lot of stuff into a tiny handbag. But this bag, you don't even have to try and like squish everything in. Everything just fits. So yeah, I think these two together, like tan and navy, for me is just such a nice combo for summer, especially with like some gold jewelry. And actually I took all of my jewelry off because I was gonna start making like salad rolls for lunch, but I can put it back on. As always, just like the YCL Heritage watch, and this ring from Objects has really, been doing the most. I love it. This stack together, I feel like is just so classic, so elegant, and then little pinky signet ring. I did just get this one on AliExpress, but I'm looking for, let's just say like a more durable quality one, because I mean, like, yeah, I like how it looks. I think it looks nice, but of course, because it's AliExpress, it tarnishes after a little while, and I do want like a more permanent version of this. Like, my intention with getting this one off of AliExpress was I wanted to try this style. I wanted to see if it was something that was comfortable to wear, if I was gonna end up reaching for it, like just wanted to see how it would fit into my wardrobe before like spending more money on like a better quality one, which is something I do quite a lot. Like, I don't have I think it's a good way of like test driving to see how something works in your wardrobe before you spend a lot of money on it and you realize that you don't actually really like wearing that thing. And also the thing about like not super expensive jewelry is like you're not precious about it, which is nice sometimes. Like, you don't want to have to be like worrying about like, what if you lose it or it falls off or whatever. So yeah, I have been looking for a more expensive or just like a better quality version of this. I can't find one that's not like $1,000, and $1,000 is like more than I'd want to spend on it. I keep looking, but I haven't found it yet, because now that I have this one, I'm like, well, I just really like this one, so I want one that looks exactly like that. And apparently that is a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be to find exactly one that looks like this that is not in the super high price range. But anyways, it is what it is. And then, yeah, a little monogram signet ring with my initials on it on this hand. Also added a new tennis bracelet to my wrist stack. This is it gonna focus? Yeah. This one is also from Objects. They've got like some just really good like classic bits that I am really enjoying. And then this one is just little evil eye from, YCL. And I do have a code for both Objects and YCL. There's links that you can shop through down below. The YCL one, I believe, gets you $20 off, and the Objects one gets you 25% off. So it's pretty good savings on that. And And yeah, that is the outfit of the day, and I'm gonna go to my kinesiology appointment now. Okay, I did it. I am a brunette now? I don't know, looking on this camera, it still looks pretty reddish, which is like what I wanted. I didn't want it to be like a really dark brown. I still wanted like a little bit of that red undertone, and yeah, I feel like it's so weird to see myself with hair this dark. Like sometimes, like I look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, like who is that person? And then I feel like it also looks really like different depending what lighting I'm standing in. So I think I just, yeah, need to get used to it. But like, I think this happens every time you make like a big change with either like how you look or like something in your home. At first you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I think I like it, but I'm also like, it just feels weird. And that's how I feel with the hair. Sorry, I just keep like looking at it in the viewfinder. I think also it's like, when you do a gloss, it can look really intense like the first day that you have it done, like after the first wash, and then after like probably, for me at least, it takes probably about like two weeks worth of washing to actually know what the color is gonna look like. And so I imagine this is not how it's gonna stay. I imagine it's gonna fade a little bit, and I think when it gets to that point, it will be sort of what I was imagining, but also I was like, I like this. I feel like it's been so long since my hair has been like this dark. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of a vibe. And I feel like I was looking at my wardrobe and now I was like, I feel like I want to wear different colors. Like I think a lot of my colors are dark autumn colors because I am like a dark autumn, but I was like, oh, I feel like this color is like so like rich, and like you could pair it with, I don't know, like the thing is about having red hair is sometimes it can make it hard to wear like things that are red because then it's just a lot of red. And I mean, I still wear like burgundy and stuff, but it's not like I'm gonna start wearing bright red, but I think it'll be just like, yeah, interesting to try like wearing this hair with, I guess, the colors that I already have and seeing if it changes like how the things look, because it's like not a huge shift, but it's enough, like it's noticeable and enough that I keep looking in the mirror and being like, who is that? But yes, this is the new hair, and I've still been like debating about the length. Like I do like this length, but part of me is like, I want to go shorter because it was just so easy when it was like even just like this length, like even just like 2 inches shorter, and you still have like the feeling of long hair, but it just makes life a whole lot easier. So yeah, new hair, new me, new hair who dis. And yeah, today's Saturday. It's the first Saturday I've had off in a little while, and I think I'm just gonna like potter around the house, maybe make some of the like kitchen garden breakfast muffins, maybe just read my book. I'm rereading Crescent City for like the 1,000,000th time. If you can hear the washing machine behind me, I'm so sorry. I was editing one of the other videos the other day and I was like, oh my god, it is so loud. Like the mic just picks it up so much. So I will probably keep this part of the video short until that's done. But yeah, gonna read my book, have another coffee, and just enjoy having a slow Saturday.